quickly than Idra was able to. So Idra came back with that counter late in the game, but was unable to get into the base of Morrow and just GG'd. So game 2 could be a different story. We'll just have to see. Right now, Idra doing very normal drone pumping. He does scout Morrow extremely quickly with his Overlord, but that means Morrow knows exactly where Idra is because that Overlord was so fast. Neither player really having to scout anymore this game. More drones coming out all the time. I would expect the spawning pool first, but instead Idra does go for that extractor first. He knows how valuable Speedlings are against Reaper play, and I'm sure he fully expects Morrow to be using Reapers once again. So extractor before spawning pool basically means that the moment this extractor finishes, he can sink 3 drones into gas and have enough gas available for the metabolic boost for these Zerglings. So basically planning for the worst, hoping that Reapers don't come out, but I mean it's still just a regular build order anyway. It's one of the best defenses you can have against Reapers aside from Mass Roach. Even Mass Roach is difficult to do if you don't have a good creep spread, because they are so much slower than these upgraded Reapers. But Morrow, on the other hand, getting Marine out first, probably wanting to try and score an Overlord kill. Not sure if he's going to be able to do that. Although Metalopolis is actually one of the easiest maps to score an Overlord kill on, unless they're hanging out in space. So Idra, if he is fearing losing this, he might want to go ahead and get him moving over there. But Morrow gets that first Marine out and then goes for the Tech Lab on the supply depot. The Marine catches the Overlord. We can just assume that he's going to kill this thing. He has nowhere to run. We'll watch it anyway. Morrow does scout out the base just to make sure Roach Warren isn't up extremely early. Idra is getting Zergling speed as predicted, as well as a Queen coming out. Nitro Pack upgrade is coming for Morrow, and that first Reaper is on the way. This Overlord finally explodes into guts and blood. So this Marine has already done his job for the day. He can probably just retire now, hang out in the base, and let the Reapers do all the rest of the work all day long. Second gas coming up for Morrow. Would not be surprised to see 2 more barracks tacked on very, very quickly close to these cliffs so that the Reapers have less distance to travel. First couple of Lings out for Idra do try to chase down this SCV. They're not going to be able to get the kill, though. The Reaper jumps down heroic fashion, saving that SCV, and the Lings are forced to run away. This Reaper can actually catch them, I believe. 2.95 move speed against 2.95, so no, not until he reaches this cliff area. But Idra has started to expand over here, so one Reaper going to be able to throw those D8 charges at the expansion for the time being. This Queen is coming down, but he does not have any creep to move on. Instead, Idra thinks better of it and drops a creep tumor back here, trying to get as much creep as possible, expecting impending Reaper action. And if we look at Morrow's base, he did actually tack on 2 barracks, exactly where I thought he would. Oh no, Idra, if you lose this Overlord, you're going to be much farther behind than you would like to be. But it looks like he is taking my advice from earlier and moving it out into space. Morrow, no amount of micro is going to be able to get your Marine to shoot farther, so it looks like this Overlord does finally escape to safety. If he really wanted to be mean, he could walk this he could walk this Marine all the way across and try to shoot from the other side, but looks like Idra is going to have his ramp well protected by that point. So he does have 2 Queens out now, one at the main, one at the natural. He is getting a Roach Warren very quickly, which I like to see because Roaches stand up very well to Reapers even if they can't chase them down. Oh! Idra discovers 3 Reapers at the Watchtower for Morrow. He's doing some very nice cliff micro to keep vision on these Lings. It looked like a couple of Lings got some shots on them, but only one died, I believe. But Idra just sacrificing larva spits to be able to get these creep tumors down, because it is that important to make sure your Lings can be able to get a flank on those Reapers. Make sure your Roaches do not just get horribly outmaneuvered. Nitro packs are done. Morrow is sending his first 6 Reapers up the cliff to see what he can do. He jumps 1 up first, very important to see if there are any Lings up there already waiting. And so he did not want to sacrifice his whole army and risk losing 2 or 3. Instead, he would only risk that 1 and move him back very quickly. So really calculated risk. Good job by Morrow. Sees what he wants to see and backs off. There are several Roaches on the field and a good number of Lings, but it looks like lots and lots of Reapers are coming for the natural expansion area. They take out the Manx statue and continue along their way. Let's see what they're able to do here at the natural expansion. Looks like Roaches are the front line of defense. However, one of them almost does go down. These Reapers maneuvering around the creep. They're probably feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but with this very handy cliff, this entire cliff running the length of the main base, he's going to have lots of spots to jump up But Morrow does lose 2 Reapers there, I believe, but Idra lost a lot of Lings, and that basically translates into a lot of larvae. The Lings themselves aren't extremely valuable, but the fact that he could have used that larva for drones or roaches means that this Reaper offense is still doing very well to slow down Idra. And there he does kill off a roach. Another roach goes down. There's still 10 Reapers here for Morrow. Lots of roaches from Idra, though, so his chances actually look better this time around than they did on Xel'Naga Caverns. He goes off that creep there, doesn't want to do that, so he does send his overlords around his main just to make sure that creep is everywhere. He's doing a good job with these tumors. He's lucky that they don't get picked off by these very fast-moving Reapers, because if they did, Idra would just fall even farther behind. But how many Reapers do we have left here? We have 7 Reapers for Morrow. I'm going to actually pop back over in his base just to make sure he's still building things. Yes, he is planning to expand, getting several depots up now. He's up to 5 barracks. He has several Marauders now, so he's already switched out of the Reapers. He was not as successful with those Reapers as he was in Xel'Naga Cavern, so he is switching it up. That lair is finished already for Idra. Is he building any tech with it on the production tab? I don't see a Spire or a Hydro